In the heart of Kansas, 2007, a year that would forever mark a turning point for the Smith family, the unthinkable happened. Kelsey Smith, an 18-year-old fresh out of high school, vanished like a shadow at dusk, leaving behind nothing but a trail of questions. It was a day like any other, until it wasn't. Kelsey, with dreams as vast as the Kansas plains and a spirit as vibrant as the sunflowers that dot the landscape, stepped out to run a simple errand. Little did she know, it would be the last trip she'd ever make. The community of Overland Park, where the Smiths called home, was the epitome of suburban tranquility. It was the kind of place where neighbors knew each other by name, and children played freely under the watchful eyes of their parents. But in an instant, this serene backdrop became the setting of a mystery that would captivate and horrify the nation. As the sun dipped below the horizon on that fateful June evening, a family's laughter turned to tears, and a routine trip to the store spiraled into a saga of loss, love, and the relentless pursuit of justice. This isn't just a story of a disappearance, it's a testament to the indomitable will of a family faced with the unimaginable, a community's rallying cry, and the far-reaching impact of a single moment frozen in time. Kelsey Ann Smith was the embodiment of youthful exuberance and ambition. Born on a spring day in 1989, she grew up in a bustling household, the third of 5 children to Greg and Missy Smith. Her life was a tapestry woven with the vibrant threads of laughter, music, and the unbreakable bonds of family. Kelsey wasn't just known, she was loved, her presence a constant source of joy and warmth in the Smith household. A recent graduate from Shawnee Mission West High School, Kelsey's future brimmed with promise. Her eyes sparkled with dreams of college in the fall, where she aspired to channel her love for animals into a career in veterinary medicine. But it wasn't just her academic pursuits that defined her. Kelsey's spirit was as multifaceted as it was magnetic. "She's got this laugh," her mother, Missy, would often say, "that could light up the darkest room." And light up rooms she did, whether through her mischievous humor, her melodious stint with the clarinet in the marching band, or her dedication at the local AMC movie theater, where she worked not just for the paycheck but for the joy of being part of a team. June 2, 2007, began as a day filled with such ordinary moments, the kind that weave the fabric of our lives. It was a Saturday, imbued with the leisurely pace that marks the beginning of summer. Kelsey, ever the early riser, greeted the day with her usual blend of optimism and energy. The morning air was crisp, a gentle reminder of the transition from spring to summer, as Kelsey set off for her shift at the movie theater, her goodbye to her mother casual, the kind that speaks of plans to reconvene at dinner. The day unfolded with the simple pleasures of family life. After her shift, Kelsey joined her father, Greg, a dedicated policeman with a soft spot for his children, and her sister, Lindsay, for an impromptu trip to an amusement park. It was a day of laughter and light, the kind that memories are made of, punctuated by the thrill of rides and the shared delight of cotton candy. As the afternoon waned, Kelsey felt the pull of an errand she had planned. With her sister declining the invitation to join, Kelsey set out alone, her destination the familiar aisles of the local Target store. Before leaving, she shared a moment with her father, a routine exchange laced with the unspoken bonds of love. "I'll be back soon," she promised, her words casual, the significance of the moment unbeknownst to them both. The drive to Target was uneventful, the roads familiar, and the journey short. Kelsey walked into the store with the ease of someone performing a well-rehearsed routine. She moved through the aisles, her list clear in her mind, her thoughts wandering to the gift she sought for her boyfriend, John. It was a simple errand, a brief detour in the tapestry of her day. But as the minutes turned to hours and Kelsey did not return, a shadow of concern began to creep into the Smith household. Initially dismissed as a delay, the absence soon morphed into worry. Phone calls went unanswered, and the setting sun brought with it a chill that had nothing to do with the night air. The ordinary day had taken an extraordinary turn, setting the stage for a night that would stretch into days, a disappearance that would become a rallying cry, and a family's love that would be tested in the crucible of uncertainty. As evening settled over Overland Park, the light inside the Smith home dimmed with growing concern. Kelsey, who had left for what should have been a brief shopping trip, had not returned, and the family's initial lack of worry slowly morphed into a sense of unease. Greg, with his background in law enforcement, tried to quell his rising panic with rational explanations, but as the clock ticked on, so did the realization that this was far from ordinary. The atmosphere in the Target store that evening was typical of a Saturday, with families and individuals meandering through aisles, ticking items off their lists. Kelsey moved among them, just another face in the crowd, her demeanor calm and focused. She selected a gift with care, a token of affection for John, her boyfriend, who had become a fixture in her life and by extension, in the Smith household. Their relationship, blossoming with the promise of youth, was viewed with fondness by Kelsey's family, who saw in John a respectful and caring companion for their daughter. The transaction at the checkout was unremarkable, a mundane exchange of pleasantries and payment. Kelsey's exit from the store was captured by the unblinking eye of the CCTV, a routine recording devoid of any hint of the impending tragedy. The parking lot, bathed in the orange glow of the setting sun, was a tableau of everyday life, cars coming and going, people laden with bags, heading home. But somewhere between the automatic doors of Target and the sanctuary of her home, Kelsey vanished. The normalcy of her actions, the ordinariness of the setting, only served to deepen the mystery. Calls to her phone went straight to voicemail, an ominous sign in a world tethered by constant communication. Back at the Smith home, the veneer of calm was shattered when Kelsey's absence stretched into hours. Greg's calls to her friends yielded no clues, only deepening the fear that something was terribly wrong. Kelsey was responsible, the kind of person who would call if she was even a few minutes late. This silence was out of character, a deviation from the norm that signaled a disturbing shift in the day's narrative. John, equally puzzled and concerned by Kelsey's lack of response, joined the growing search effort. The bond he shared with Kelsey, built on shared dreams and whispered secrets, now became a source of anguish as he grappled with her inexplicable disappearance. The evening's plans, once filled with anticipation, now lay forgotten, overshadowed by a growing dread. The discovery of Kelsey's car, abandoned in a parking lot, was the first tangible sign of trouble. It sat there, an empty vessel, a stark reminder of the person missing. The car, usually a symbol of independence and freedom, now became a harbinger of something sinister. The absence of any visible struggle did little to assuage the family's fears. If anything, it deepened the mystery. Where was Kelsey? And more importantly, why had she not returned home? The realization that Kelsey was missing galvanized the Smith family into action. Greg's instincts as a policeman kicked in, transforming the family's initial panic into a structured search operation. The community of Overland Park, once a backdrop to their serene lives, became the focus of a desperate hunt for any sign of Kelsey. John and Lindsay, driven by a mixture of fear and determination, took to the streets, retracing routes Kelsey might have taken, their eyes scouring for her car, for her. The night air, thick with the tension of their search, offered no clues, only the echoing silence of unanswered questions. Each empty street corner, each deserted parking lot, added to the growing sense of urgency. When they finally discovered Kelsey's car, abandoned and forlorn in a parking lot far from her intended destination, hope and despair collided. The sight of the vehicle, so intimately connected to Kelsey yet starkly devoid of her presence, was a tangible reminder of the gravity of the situation. Greg's instructions over the phone were clear and authoritative, a beacon of calm in the chaos. Don't touch anything. It might be a crime scene. The car, a silent witness to the events of the evening, was now a crucial piece of the puzzle. The police were notified, and what had started as a family's frantic search quickly escalated into an official investigation. The arrival of law enforcement brought a new level of intensity to the search for Kelsey. The parking lot, once an ordinary space filled with the comings and goings of shoppers, was now cordoned off, a potential crime scene that held the key to unraveling the mystery of Kelsey's disappearance. Detectives swarmed the area, their presence a stark contrast to the usual tranquility of the suburban landscape. The examination of Kelsey's car yielded more questions than answers. Inside, the remnants of her shopping trip, a package, gift wrapping, and the intended gift for John, sat untouched, a poignant reminder of the ordinary intentions behind her visit to the store. The absence of any signs of struggle within the vehicle only deepened the enigma. The investigation turned to the store's CCTV footage, the electronic eyes that might hold the secret to Kelsey's fate. The painstaking review of the recordings from that evening was a race against time, each second scrutinized for any anomaly, any clue that might shed light on what had transpired. Kelsey's movements within the store were unremarkable, her behavior consistent with the mundane task of shopping. Yet, it was the parking lot footage that offered the first real break in the case. The grainy images, fraught with the limitations of technology and the fading light of dusk, captured Kelsey's final moments before she vanished. The normalcy of her departure from the store, juxtaposed with her sudden disappearance, painted a chilling picture. The realization that she had been taken, not just missing, was a blow that resonated deeply with the Smith family and the investigators alike. As the community rallied around the Smiths, the search for Kelsey widened. Volunteers canvassed the area, distributing flyers and asking questions, their faces a tapestry of concern and solidarity. The media, drawn to the unfolding drama, became an unwitting ally in the search, their coverage amplifying the call for information, for any lead that might bring Kelsey home. The police, now fully engrossed in the case, worked tirelessly, their efforts a blend of traditional detective work and the leveraging of modern technology. The unidentified fingerprint found in Kelsey's car became a significant lead, a silent witness to an unknown presence. The lack of any clear evidence of a crime within the vehicle only added to the complexity of the case, the car a puzzle piece that didn't quite fit the emerging picture of abduction. As the investigation deepened, the scrutiny extended to those closest to Kelsey. Greg and Missy, despite their overwhelming grief, understood the necessity of this line of inquiry. Their cooperation with the detectives was unwavering, their only desire to uncover the truth of what had happened to their daughter. John, too, found himself under the gaze of the investigators, his relationship with Kelsey a natural focal point. His anguish at her disappearance was palpable, his insistence on his innocence born out of a mixture of desperation and truth. The community's involvement in the search for Kelsey was a testament to the bonds that tie a community together. The collective effort, from the volunteers searching the streets to the businesses broadcasting the news of her disappearance, reflected a communal resolve to find Kelsey and bring her home. As days turned into nights and back into days, the search for Kelsey Smith became a beacon of hope and despair, a rallying cry that echoed far beyond the confines of Overland Park. The investigation, with its twists and turns, its moments of promise followed by despair, was a journey into the heart of a community shaken but resilient, a family broken but unbowed, united in the singular purpose of finding Kelsey. The unraveling of Kelsey Smith's disappearance began with a breakthrough that was as technologically sophisticated as it was painstakingly executed. Central to this breakthrough was the analysis of Kelsey's cell phone data, provided by the phone company under the pressing weight of the investigation's urgency. This data became a beacon in the dark, offering a glimmer of hope in the relentless search for Kelsey. Investigators, armed with this crucial information, embarked on a detailed operation to trace the signals emitted by Kelsey's phone. The digital trail painted by these signals led away from the familiarity of Overland Park's suburban landscape, guiding the search towards a secluded area near Longview Lake. This serene natural setting, usually a place of refuge and tranquility, was about to reveal a grim secret. The discovery of Kelsey's body was a somber milestone in the investigation. Hidden beneath a layer of natural debris, her remains were concealed within a shallow grave, meticulously camouflaged with leaves and branches. This crude attempt at concealment spoke volumes of the perpetrator's desperate effort to hide his heinous act from the world. The site, chosen for its isolation, became a silent testament to the tragic end of Kelsey's journey. The recovery operation was conducted with a profound sense of respect and care, reflecting the gravity of the task at hand. Forensic experts worked meticulously, collecting every piece of evidence with the precision and gentleness befitting the circumstances. The area, now a focal point of the investigation, was treated with the solemnity it demanded, a stark reminder of the life that had been so cruelly taken. Parallel to the technological breakthrough that led to the discovery of Kelsey's body, the investigation made significant strides in identifying the suspect. The man in the white t-shirt, previously an indistinct figure in the sea of Target store's CCTV footage, came into sharp focus as a person of interest. This individual, captured shadowing Kelsey with unsettling intent, was now a key figure in the unfolding narrative of the case. The painstaking review of the surveillance footage, combined with witness statements and forensic evidence, painted a chilling picture of premeditation and opportunity. The man in the white t-shirt, seen following Kelsey within the store and later in the parking lot, was identified as Edwin Hall, a revelation that sent shockwaves through the investigation. Hall's connection to the blue pickup truck, a vehicle of interest in the case, further compounded his involvement. The truck, captured on CCTV near the Target store around the time of Kelsey's disappearance, became a crucial piece of the puzzle, linking Hall to the scene with damning clarity. The trial of Edwin Hall, the man convicted of Kelsey Smith's murder, was a focal point of factual clarity and legal scrutiny. Hall, identified through a combination of CCTV footage showing him in a white t-shirt following Kelsey in the store, and forensic evidence including a critical fingerprint found in Kelsey's car, faced charges that painted a grim picture of his motives and actions. The prosecution presented a case that Hall's motives were rooted in a predatory intent. The chilling detail that Hall had followed Kelsey around the store before her abduction pointed to a premeditated act. The evidence suggested that Hall's approach to Kelsey in the parking lot was not a chance encounter but a calculated move. After abducting Kelsey, Hall used physical force to control and eventually kill her, an act of brutality that ended with him concealing her body in an attempt to hide his crime. Hall's confession, a pivotal moment in the trial, came after exhaustive interrogation sessions. Faced with overwhelming evidence, including the match of his fingerprint found in Kelsey's car and the undeniable CCTV footage, Hall's initial denials crumbled. In his confession, Hall detailed the sequence of events leading to Kelsey's murder, though his reasons remained mired in his own twisted rationale. His admission provided a harrowing insight into the final moments of Kelsey's life, offering some measure of factual closure to the speculative aspects of the case. The trial itself was a meticulous process, with the prosecution laying out a timeline of events supported by digital evidence, forensic analysis, and witness testimonies. The jury was presented with a detailed account of Hall's actions, from the moment he targeted Kelsey to the execution of his heinous act, and the subsequent efforts to conceal it. Hall's sentencing was a somber affair, reflecting the gravity of his crimes. The court, considering the premeditated nature of the murder and the evidence of Hall's intent to kill, sentenced him to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. This sentence underscored the factual basis of Hall's guilt and the severity of his actions. In the aftermath of the trial, the community and the Smith family focused on creating a lasting legacy in Kelsey's honor. The Kelsey Smith Act, prompted by the case's details regarding the use of cell phone data to locate Kelsey, became a focal point of legislative efforts. This act aimed to expedite law enforcement's access to potential victims' cell phone location data in emergencies, reflecting a direct response to one of the critical factual elements of the investigation. The trial of Edwin Hall, marked by its factual rigor and the detailed presentation of motives, evidence, and the confession, not only brought justice for Kelsey Smith but also highlighted the importance of technological evidence in modern policing. The factual details of the case, from the motives behind the killing to the legislative changes it inspired, underscored the lasting impact of Kelsey's story on legal and community safety practices. Don't hesitate to let me know your thoughts about this story in the comments section, and please to like and subscribe. This will help my channel to grow. Thank you for watching.